Welcome to the Hudson Show.
Hudson, I want to know, have you seen this new show that's on Amazon Prime that looks to be hosted by Mr. Beast? It's like a game show, and it's called like Beast Games.
I definitely saw many ads for it in the past few days.
Yeah.
I forget what I was watching, or maybe it's just everything I've been watching that just keeps telling me in every commercial break that Mr. Beast has his own game show, which I knew was coming. Mm-hmm. And I remember them talking about it when they was filming, and with every major game show that's like a reality competition, not like Jeopardy. They're always like, the conditions are so horrible or whatever. Everybody that loses complains.
Yeah.
And they definitely did that about Mr. Beast. But I mean, yeah, it looks actually crazy. And I don't really watch much Mr. Beast stuff, but I'm kind of intrigued.
It looks insane. I haven't watched any of it yet. They're doing this whole like releasing a new episode every week type of deal. At least that's what I saw from Amazon. I have like a Fire TV, so they're promoting it heavy to me. You know, as soon as I turn my TV on, it's Mr. Beast being like, the most incredible game show ever.
Yeah.
You know, like whatever he says.
They've got to get their money's worth out of it.
Yeah, they're really trying hard there. But it looks like the most insane game show I've ever seen, because there's like 1,000 people competing for, I think the grand prize is like $5 million.
I don't remember what the numbers are, but I'm pretty confident it's like the biggest prize ever in game show history.
Right, because I mean, the one before that to be the biggest was like Survivor with the $1 million prize. But yeah, this is crazy. I mean, I'm sure $5 million is like chump change for, you know, Mr. Beast. He's like, that's nothing. Right. That's nothing for them. But yeah, it looks very intriguing. So I'm going to have to try and catch an episode of that and see if it's worth the watch.
Yeah, we're at that time of year where once after today and tomorrow, you watch all your Christmas stuff, and then every place tries to just, because they know you're going to be home with nothing to do for the next week. From a lot of people, you're going to have time to kill.
Yeah.
And so they just dump all this stuff and assume that you'll find time to get to it.
Right.
And the Mr. Beast show, like that's a maybe for me. It's a hard maybe.
The only issue is if they're releasing an episode every week, it's not very bingeable. So you can't, because that's the best part about being home for the holidays is like you need one of those bingeable shows.
That is true. That's why I'm assuming on Thursday when Squid Game season 2 comes out, I think that all comes out at once.
Yes.
And Netflix is going to come back after the new year and just be like, the numbers are astronomical. And I'm sure Amazon will say that about Mr. Beast too. I'm telling you, and I know like he's huge on YouTube. 1 million bazillion people are going to watch it on Amazon. How good would it have to be for us to, our curiosity could be satisfied watching the first episode or two over our break. But how good would it have to be for you to actually make time after New Year's when you have to come back to work and have things going on, and there's more college football playoff games and NFL and there's all these other things, and then you're going to be like, but I'm going to watch the Mr. Beast game show. I don't think that there's a world where that would be me anyways.
Yeah, samesies here, because as I've said multiple times on the show so far, I'm still trying to make it through the last season of Only Murders in the Building, or the latest season of that. And that is an amazing show. So if I'm struggling to, find consistent time to just be at home to watch that, and those are 30-minute episodes, then yeah, Mr. Beast, I'm sorry. I'm probably not going to watch your show.
That's so true. The FDA just made a major announcement. Their first update to what foods they consider, quote, healthy in about 30 years. This is like actual guidelines that companies have to follow when they're labeling their food and putting it in packaging. It can only say healthy if it meets these criteria, which are still, at least as presented here, fairly vague. The foods that are considered healthy now must contain a certain amount, which differs from food to food, at least one of the major food groups, which are fruits, vegetables, grains, dairy, and protein. So first of all, if it doesn't have that, it can't be healthy. One of those things. Also, it must adhere to specified limits regarding saturated fat, sodium, and added sugars. If it has too much of any of those, it can't be healthy.
Okay.
Some of the foods that now are not considered healthy anymore, nuts and seeds.
Oh.
Not healthy. salmon and other lesser known high fat fish, olive oil, and this is funny. Water does not count as healthy. You cannot label your water as healthy under the new FDA guidelines.
I mean, fair enough. I guess it is. It has obvious benefits, but it doesn't have some of the criteria that they're looking for.
Yeah, those are some of the foods you might think of as healthy that technically, according to the FDA, are no longer healthy. Also, foods that have been labeled as healthy all this time that you may not, that were
definitely not healthy.
Yeah, you may now go, okay, that makes sense. Sugary cereals, sweetened yogurt, white bread, and some granola bars are now not allowed to label themselves as healthy when up until now they have been able to.
You're telling me those cereals got away with it? Cereals are the, let's just say, serial offenders of, oversaturating and also having way too much sugar in them. So shocked that people would even try to label those as healthy.
You ever look at all the things that are in the cereal, though?
It's worrisome.
All the zinc and riboflavin and all the vitamin Bs of all their different various numbers. So where else are you getting those?
That's true.
From Vitamin Shoppy? Is the only place, I think.
Right, Shoppy. Yeah, my dad does take zinc pills, but I don't really know anyone else that does.
And what does zinc even do for us anyways?
I think it helps your immune system. Like it's supposed to, my dad always tells me when I'm getting sick, he's like, take your zinc. And I'm like, Dad, I don't have zinc in the home.
Is it Zicam? Like when you're getting sick? That's like the Zy is zinc, right? Probably?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe that's why I keep getting sick because I don't eat cereal anymore. It's because I haven't gotten enough Fruity Pebbles in my diet.
Well, the FDA says don't eat it anyways. It's not healthy.
No, just go straight to the pill.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's probably like some horrible vegetable that has zinc in it too, don't you think?
Probably.
Like kale or cucumbers are probably loaded with the metal that we need in our system.
I love cucumbers, but yeah.
Well, now everything we know about food has changed. Thanks to the FDA. I know there's a lot of people probably wishing that under the tree tonight they will be gifted a Lego set or 2 or 7. There's a lot of money in Lego.
Yeah.
So much money, in fact, that there was recently a $400,000 multi-state Lego theft crime ring.
Oh my goodness.
That was only just now brought down. The perps behind it have been caught. Brian Fleming and Ladarion Anderson, both 33 years old, which have finally been apprehended in Fort Worth, Texas, which puts an end to an investigation that has stretched over several years and multiple states, and it all revolved around Lego.
Wow, Lego Gate is what we're experiencing here. This is insane. So apparently the two men, they had like a whole team where they would go and they would buy an inexpensive item from a store like Walmart or Target. And then I don't know how they would do this, but they would go and somehow edit the receipt that they got from purchasing an inexpensive item from one of these stores and then would edit it with saying they bought this thing from, Target or Walmart of Legos, this expensive set. And then they would go in, grab the set, and walk out. And if they were ever stopped by an employee, they would just show them the receipt and be on their merry way.
Genius. That is actually, that's
crazy.
How did they get caught?
I'm sure eventually Walmart and Target were just like, hey, how are these, Lego sets getting out of here so quickly?
Yeah.
So
it does make sense that that this would be multi-state because you just need to try to not hit the same store too many times over and over again. If you can just really spread out your resources, then of course you run into the thing of like you need to be stealing big enough stuff to make it worth your while to spread everything else, to spread out everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then also too, you just get enough faces to enough different people that are just willing to do this on a one-off basis or whatever. And all of a sudden, it's pretty lucrative. Until it's not.
Until you get caught. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a crime ring for sure. And I understand the appeal, I suppose, because I mean Legos are very expensive and also Legos are very popular.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm using that word intentionally because I was just Christmas shopping with my little cousins. They tagged along with me on a little trip to Barnes and Noble. And Barnes and Noble had a whole setup of Wicked Lego sets. And I'm telling you, it was like pulling teeth to try and get them to come away from that set.
What is it about Lego that makes little children just go insane?
I think it makes everyone go insane.
It's a project. Like, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, but it's fun.
I don't know how like kids sit still long enough these days to even assemble a small set of Lego.
We should be celebrating the fact that Lego has convinced children to sit for a longer period amount of time.
Without looking at a screen whatsoever.
Right.
This is, what can't Lego do?
Take over the world, man.
Yeah. Well, finally, we can all rest easy knowing that there's no Lego theft rings operating that we know of. At least not this one. Not anymore. Crime doesn't pay. Not for Brian Fleming and Ladarion Anderson. How long can I continue on just not ending this? Should we just keep talking about?
Just keep talking about Lego games.
Yeah, they've got their comeuppance. I'm just gonna keep saying different phrases for
different ways
how they've been caught and how they should be sorry.
It's finally over.
Yes. So happy Christmas Eve. We're so close to opening all the presents.
Yep.
So close. And just those who say that giving is better than receiving, so close to getting to see so many people open presents as well. Allie, I'm curious. Do you have any Christmas gifts that you have bought for other people that you are so excited? Like just one gift where you're like, oh man, I know they're gonna love this. I can't wait to see them open it.
Absolutely. I have bought some board games for my little cousins that I cannot wait to see them open because I know they're gonna love them because it's perfect for their, interest, but also I can't wait to play the games with them. I feel like the child in me is so happy, not just because I get to see them open their gifts and be happy, but because I get to play the games with them.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Kids are usually more fun to buy for.
Right.
Just because they'll get probably more excited than any adult would. I have a 2-year-old niece, and I can say this too, I can spoil this because there's no chance, like she's 2.
She's not going to hear about this.
She's probably not listening anyways. 2 years old, obviously into Bluey. And so there's literally a Bluey stuffy that is the same size as her. And she's going to get that. And I'm intrigued to see how she'll react to that.
Yeah, I have nieces as well, and they're all getting Bluey gifts for Christmas.
It's a big Christmas for Bluey.
I mean, it has been for the past few years. I'm not going to lie. It's like Bluey for our whole family.
And I don't think it's going anywhere. I don't know if you heard, they're coming out with a Bluey movie.
I did hear about that.
In 2027, I think I saw.
Yeah.
Which means that like all the kids that like Bluey now, they'll be like, twice their age they are now when it comes out.
Right. They'll be old enough to go see a movie though.
Yeah.
To go to a theater.
That's true. The other thing I'm excited because I think I did a good job. This is like not my the main present for Mrs. Hudson, but it is like a present I put some thought into.
Okay.
And I can spoil this too. I'm sure she's not listening. It is it's a wall hanging for our house. It is a moose talking on the telephone. On like an old-timey telephone. And she is any antlered animal is her thing. Like that's her. You have snow leopards. Nikki has bears. Mrs. Hudson has antlered animals.
Okay.
And so if she ends up thinking like, wow, this is really stupid, I was fine spending the amount of money I did on it to be funny. But if she actually likes it, I'm cool with that too. So it's just a gamble gift.
Yeah. Well, I think she's gonna like it from what you have described.
Yeah,
I think she'll.
Well,
love
I'm presenting one side of the story.
I mean, if you come back and tell us that she hated it, I'll be very shocked.
Then I'll hang it here.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it would really change the look of the radio.
Maybe I do want her to hate it. No.
We're so close to Christmas. Oh, it feels good. But we've also had now about a month of the Christmas season, depending on when you consider it to actually begin. I've listened to a lot of Christmas music. And by now is the time where I've noticed a lot of things about Christmas songs that I'd forgotten about. Like all the lyrics that I hear that don't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to send in Christmas lyrics that don't make sense to you, 8772 RadioU, because this is the only time of year most people listen to music that was written 50, 100, even more years ago. It's aged. The lyrics have aged.
They have.
So here's the one that sent me off the edge.
Okay.
Where I was like, what is he talking about? Santa Claus is coming to town. Rudy Toot Toots and Rummy Tum Tums.
Oh.
What are Rudy Toot Toots?
What does that mean?
What are Rummy Tum Tums?
What are they?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
Oh.
What does he say in the song? Rudy Toot Toots, Santa Claus is coming. That gives me no context at all. I guess they're some kind of toys.
That's what I would think. Rudy Toots, doesn't that sound like it's supposed to be like a train?
It's pancakes at IHOP, but I don't know.
I'm just Googling it currently.
Like imagine some child. It must be some kind of toy that Santa's bringing. And imagine some child this Christmas morning being like, "Did you get me a Rudy Toot Toot? Oh, sick! Yes, bruh. I got a Rummy Tum Tum. It was awesome."
Apparently, it's a playful, exaggerated way of saying something is very loud, boisterous, or exciting, essentially meaning a lot of loud noises.
Oh, that's
I don't know how that
described this
fits
show,
in the song. Right.
Yeah, that was the one that I do not understand whatsoever. 8772 RadioU. I have another one too, and I think I know what it means.
Okay.
But I still don't actually, not 100% sure. Do you have any that you want to get to here in a minute?
I have one that I actually did look up the meaning for because I was like, what are they talking about? So yeah, I have one.
8772 RadioU. Let us know Christmas lyrics that you do not understand what they mean in 2024. My first one that started this whole thing isn't Santa Claus is coming to town. I've heard it so many times now. I'm thinking, what are Rudy Toot Toots and Rummy Tum Tums? I do not know.
Yeah, it's apparently some type of feeling. We're not sure. We're very confused by that. Adam got his in. He says bells on bobtails ring was always one that got him from Jingle Bells.
That's true. Bells on bobtail. I mean the bells. But what is bobtail? I don't know. That's a tractor trailer.
Right, right.
Without a trailer.
I think it's supposed to be like the horse's tail, like the bells were on the horse's tails.
Okay.
For the Jingle Bell sleigh.
Sure.
I don't know. We'll say that's what it was.
We'll go with that.
Renee says that hers was the Troll, the Ancient Yuletide Carol from Deck the Halls. What was Troll?
Deck the Halls is just chock full of things that make no sense in this day and age.
Yeah, I have no idea.
That's the one with Deck the Halls. Is that got figgy pudding in it too? No, that's different.
No, that's
Here We Come. No, that's
We Wish You a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, which also that one also chock full. Deck the Halls. Balls of Halls. What even is a ball? I don't know what a ball is.
I think it's a tree branch. I think.
No, we never refer to bowels except for. And when the lullabies and Christmas time. That's it.
Yeah. We got another one here from Brenton who says, God rest you merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Like they just don't understand what in the world that's supposed to mean.
I think that's just old-timey backwards like Yoda talk. If you just flip it around, don't let anything dismay you. It doesn't sound as artistic, but I think he's saying don't let anything whoever wrote it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't be dismayed, in other words.
I don't know who wrote it, but I think that one is probably one of the oldest Christmas carols that we sing.
Yeah.
The one for me is actually a newer song, and this was one that I actually did look up the meaning because I was like, what are they singing about? And it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Yep.
When they say, take a look at the 5 and 10.
Yes, that was my other one.
Once again, I looked it up because I was like, what is that?
What is the 5 and 10? I think that one I was torn on because I think I know what it means.
Okay.
That's like the like a 5 and dime store, right? Which is like basically the cheaper old-timey version of a dollar store.
Yeah, there was a store that was like the 1950s version of the dollar store where everything was priced at 5 and 10 cents, which blows my mind that there was a store where everything was priced at 5 and 10 cents.
Yeah. and they had to reference it in a Christmas song.
Yeah. And it was apparently glistening.
And give it like 20 years, and the 5 and 10 will mean the $5 and $10 store.
Like Five Below.
Yeah, that's as cheap as we get. EA Sports made many fans happy here in 2024 by putting out College Football 25. A huge success by pretty much all standards. Although, I will say, since it came out, I haven't heard as many people talking about it as were talking about it up until the day it came out.
Before it came out, yeah.
It was one of those things where I feel like the excitement could not possibly, people were so excited you could not possibly actually deliver fully on the excitement they were feeling, but still very successful.
Yeah.
So successful, in fact, that EA Sports now considering dribbling around the idea of reigniting the NCAA basketball franchise as well, which, if you go back through history, they actually killed NCAA March Madness, college basketball, whatever. They killed that game before they killed the college football version because it just wasn't selling as well.
Yeah, it wasn't doing very good. It had been around for a while and was an annual franchise, just like all of the sports games are, now. But they branded it for a while not as NCAA basketball, but as NCAA March Madness. And so it just was all kind of something where they would put out a new one and it would be, on the cover, they would have the top athlete from college basketball, I guess. But they ended up pulling the plug on it actually a few years before they wouldn't have been able to have it at all.
Yeah, where it would have been, because of the Supreme Court, it would have been not really legal, really, viable to have it in the first place. I'm excited about this.
Okay.
Just the same way I'm excited about college football. And I just like college basketball. I just kind of seem to enjoy it more. I have more of a rooting interest in the NBA anyways.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play an NBA video game.
NBA 2K.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. If there was a NCAA March Madness and they brought that back, yeah, I could definitely see myself getting into that. Possibly even more into that than the college football one.
I think that would be fun. I will say, I feel like, I know that NCAA football was an undertaking to get that game, up and running again. I can't imagine what the basketball one would be like.
Yeah.
Because if there's any schools that don't have football, most of them have basketball.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of schools that they would have to cover.
The sheer number of schools and players that you would have to compensate in some way.
Yeah.
But they figured it out for football. So
somehow,
the framework is there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why it appeals to me more too, because what do people love, I feel, doing in college football is like taking one of the lesser programs and building them up in a way that isn't really feasible in real life.
Right.
And taking like Wyoming and making them national champion caliber.
Yeah.
That's even more fun in NCAA March Madness,
right,
where you could take Middle Tennessee Tech and move them up and have them like dominating the SEC. That is something that really appeals to me. So,
yeah, that would be fun to run through a career system like that.
Yeah, to coach your team up with their 2,000 seat arena and have them be a college basketball champion. I love that idea.
It's so fun.
I'll take Maryland Eastern Shore to the Final Four. Allie, we'd be remiss on Christmas Eve if we didn't talk about the real reason for Christmas in general. I don't know what remiss means, but I know we would be remiss if we didn't talk about why we do Christmas in the first place, which is, of course, presents. No, it's not. It is because Christmas is the day that is symbolically the day that God came down to earth and joined us and lived a life like we have to live to show us a lot of things. But I think one of the top things that I take away from it is like it's a reminder that God is not far away from us.
Yeah.
It's really easy, even in 2024, when we have so much technology. Think about all the family members and friends that because you don't live near them, because you're not going to see them in person, you're not even going to talk to them at all these holiday season. And they're not that far away.
Yeah.
And we have easy ways that we can connect with them, and we still don't. So how easy would it be to come up with an excuse to go, well, God is far away, how am I even going to talk to him,
Yeah.
But God literally came to earth to show that he's not just sitting off somewhere that we've never even experienced, that we don't understand. that he's actually among us, that he was physically among us at that time, and that now, even to this day, he is still in our world, and that he is not far away, that he's with us wherever we go, and that you don't need any special technology to talk to him. All you need is to just call out and say, hey, God, I need you today.
Yeah, and it's a comforting thought, not only during the Christmas season to realize that, that we're able to have a personal relationship with our Savior, but throughout the whole year, we can celebrate that fact. And so I think it's definitely something that we should celebrate, especially today and tomorrow with Christmas. But for sure, we need to remember that all year round, that Christ is always here and he's always available for you to talk to, especially in moments of need, when you're feeling down, depressed, whatever it may be that you're going through. God is there for you. He's not far away.
He's not far away. And you can find that out simply today. Whenever you get a chance, just say, hey, God, I want to know that you're here with me. I want to know that you're guiding me through life and that you're with me through whatever I'm dealing with. And he will show you. And you can go to RadioU.com/free gift if you need to know more. Food fight time here on the Hudson Show. And we have here, it's a kind of Christmassy food fight here on Christmas Eve. We have crunch taters. Mm-hmm. What makes these Christmassy? These were featured in Home Alone. They're one of the snacks Kevin had while he's watching the movie Angels with Filthy Souls. There's nothing else Christmassy about them. Just that they are in the best Christmas movie possibly ever made.
Right.
They haven't been made for years, and now Lay's has brought them back, and I cannot wait.
I do love the fun little gator on the front. That's cute.
Yeah, the design is so cool, right? It's obviously very outdated, but
okay.
Well, it doesn't look like something that is made in 2024.
Fair enough.
Most other bags of chips look much dumber than this.
Yeah, they're just very bland.
More
almost.
boring.
Yeah.
And this is fun. So here we go.
He's opening it up. Some ASMR for you.
I didn't make a mess at all. Here, you can just have that. Enjoy.
Whole bag.
They're supposed to be extra crunchy, so I'll
they
be the judge of that.
They do look like extra crunchy, almost like baked Lay's,
That's definitely more crunchy than a standard Lay's.
That's good.
That crunch tater. It has a good flavor to it.
Ooh, I want more.
Once you pop, you can't stop. No, wait, that's something else. Those are good. You know what? If you feel that bag again, it's heavy. Yeah. It's like you get a lot in there.
You do. And I feel like a lot of chip bags rip you off now. So that's nice.
Now, let's see. We do have 2 other flavors that are available of these, and they only sell them, as far as I know, I'm pretty sure on this, that they only sell them at Dollar General. Mm-hmm. So first of all, if you want crunch taters, you do need to go to Dollar General.
No, unfortunately, no, I'm kidding.
They're right next to the motor oil. Now, do you want the hoppin' jalapeno or the mesquite barbecue first?
Let's go with jalapeno because I'm pretty sure I will like the barbecue the most because I love barbecue chips.
Now, I can get behind a good jalapeno chip.
I'm excited to try it, but I'm not usually a spicy person.
And with the way that... No, you can go ahead. Enjoy.
I was like halfway in my mouth and Hudson keeps talking.
I can just keep talking. That's all right. I'll fill the time while you eat. The jalapeno chips that I eat sometimes are on the crunchier side. They're like the Cape Cod variety, which are very good, very crunchy. Maybe even kettle cooked. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's what these remind me of, is like kettle cooked chips or like baked Lay's. You know how those are more crunchy? But these are much better than baked Lay's.
They definitely are. It's weird. Yeah, if you just branded the bag different, these are like fancy chips. Yeah. But instead they've got a cartoon alligator on it. And so it seems like it's for kids or something, but they're actually like good for grown-ups.
Yeah. Those, the jalapeno, did you try it?
Yeah, I did. I think it tastes good.
I think it tastes good. It's definitely not too spicy where I'd be like, I can't try that ever again. You know, like that has just the right amount of kick to it.
No, I already got the mesquite barbecue.
You're trying the barbecue now. I was like, wait, what? Are you eating more?
Yeah, there's no time to waste.
Oh, yeah.
These are all nice.
These are good.
It kind of, in a way, it makes me think that, like, how bad would a chip have to be for me to not want to eat more of them? Yeah. Like, it's got to be just the worst flavor or just terribly cooked. And so these are good. They're not like, I'm if you were yearning for these for all these years, every time you watched Home Alone, you're like, remember when they made Crunch Taters? I don't know if I understand that.
Yeah.
But I also would totally buy these again if they were the right price.
Yeah, I mean, the flavoring is what you're used to, I would say, with like regular Lay's chip. You know, because these barbecue taste like if you bought a barbecue Lay's chip. So I don't think you're getting anything different with like the flavors, but definitely the way that they make these with the crunch is extra crunchy.
Yeah. So overall, thumbs up, pretty good. And I understand why Kevin from Home Alone was eating these.
Yeah.
Why that was one of his go-tos. It makes sense. That's your food fight. Thanks for listening to The Hudson Show. Please don't forget to rate and review the podcast.